Welcome back, dear viewers, and today we're joined this evening by our distinguished guest, Hanouf Mohammed, a life coach here in our beautiful state of Kuwait. Ms. Hanouf, it's such a pleasure to have you here in Hala, Kuwait.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be here, and I am very happy to be able to share insights and information for everyone so that they may implement in their daily lives.
That's very cool to have you here, actually, and we'd love to know more about you, Hanouf. Would you please give us a brief?
Well, a brief about me is that I'm a life coach and I'm a psychology advisor. I'm interested in helping people reach a level of awareness so that they can implement it in their daily lives. Because when people hear the word life coach, they think that they're crazy or they need psychological help. That's not it. It's a life coach. Someone to motivate you and inspire you to live the best version of your life. So I love to introduce it in a non-intrusive way for people to be more of an invitation rather than a demand, so that they love the experience. Just like getting a personal trainer, why not get a life coach?
Definitely, that's very well explained actually from you to us and our dear viewers about how a life coach actually interacts with his clients and what does it mean to be a life coach.
Exactly.
So as we are in the holy blessed month of Ramadan, we'd love to know how can we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally also.
Well, Ramadan is the best time to jumpstart any goals we have, whether they're physical or spiritual or mental, because it's about restraint. That's where everything starts, and that's why Ramadan, I believe, has such a strong bond with life coaching, because it's all about restraint, keeping yourself back from your desires, stopping yourself from having a bite, saying something bad, self-control. So it is the most amazing time, because there is nothing as pleasing as it's from God that you are required to restrain yourself. So that is a nice 30 days to start a habit. So we are programmed that after Ramadan I'm going to do this, after Ramadan I'm going to do that. It's such a nice time to take advantage because you're already creating neuroplasticity in your brain. Stop the smoking, stop the eating, what bad habits, the cursing. The mannerisms of Ramadan should be implemented as a lifestyle. If we do that, I promise every single viewer and everyone listening to me, your lives will change 180 degrees.
Yes, mashallah. Beautiful insights from you, Ms. Hanouf.
Thank you.
And we'd love to know from your perspective as a coaching or a life coach, and it's a very powerful moment, as you mentioned, that Ramadan gives you the opportunity to break a bad habit or build a new one. How do you see this for people?
It's because you get a lot of encouragement, which we don't do. Everyone is fasting, everyone is restraining themselves, everyone is controlling themselves. So you get so much of support. And I really want to implement that and just tell people how important it is to get support, to start doing things together. It gives you a push. When you see everyone fasting, you get encouraged to fast. You'd feel wrong not to be fasting with them. Even if you actually have reasons, a legitimate reason not to fast, you would actually be shy to eat in front of someone, because everyone, it's like a paradigm. It's like everyone is doing something. So therefore, encouragement and having groups shows how important it is to have a group of supporters that do the same thing with you. Because not only will you achieve your goals, it'll actually make them easier and more achievable.
Yes, definitely. A group impact will definitely boost someone's morals to actually
100%.
make more discipline. And as a daily routine for everybody fasting in Ramadan, how does this build more self-discipline in them?
Not only does it detox your body, it also cleanses your mind, because too much consumption of food, wrong food, can actually make your brain power and thoughts stagnant, and it could actually put you in food comas and you would feel dysregulated. Fasting has so many beneficial health benefits and mental benefits that I cannot begin to comprehend. God has implemented this for the sake of humanity, because we really do not know how to restrain ourselves. When we want something, we crave it and we can't stop. So when there's a direct order by God to restrain yourself, and there's like this pressure from society that you cannot eat, and restaurants are closed and you would actually be fined, that puts you in place that, okay, I really have to do this. It's a necessity, which helps in teaching you how to be disciplined. And it helps, it jumpstarts you into the next month and the next month. Hold on to these beautiful habits. I believe, don't take this just for the holy month of Ramadan. After Ramadan, I'm going to do this. After Ramadan, I'm going to do this. No, take the habits of Ramadan into your everyday life and see how your life will change.
Yes, mashallah. Beautiful insights really from you, Hanouf. And I'm sure God Almighty has His wisdom in the holy blessed month of Ramadan for all of us, really. So how does actually fasting, as you mentioned, build morals and thoughts in the human being?
Once you're fasting, you get to regulate your thoughts and feelings so much. If you stop focusing on the hunger, because energy goes, as Dr. Joe Dispenza said, where energy flows is where energy goes. If you just think about food, you lose the whole purpose and insight of fasting. It's not about waiting for Maghrib to have adhan so you could break your fast. No, it's about having thought and really connecting with yourself and your body and giving everything a break. Your body, your mind, your stomach, everything needs a break. This month comes once a year, compulsory to show you that you need to be more grounded and you need to focus on within more than anything. And that's what people forget. We misuse our bodies, eat the wrong foods, we don't do the right things. It's like a constant operating machine. We forget to give ourselves a break. Therefore, Almighty God has enforced a break on us, implemented by society, to make us really regulate and feel actually good if you stop focusing on your addictions of smoking, of coffee, and food. These are all addictions. When you detach from addictions, as it is said, مَنْ عُلِّقَ بِشَيْءٍ عُذِّبَ بِهِ, this is something very important to take into consideration. Detachment, it gives you the art of detachment. Detach from your cigarette, detach from your wife, detach from food. Everything you crave to be such a necessity, it shows you how to live without.
All right, that's really great, mashallah. And I'm sure these disciplines that are implemented, as you said, break the bad habits, and a person can resist certain bad habits in this holy blessed month of Ramadan.
100%. And it also teaches you so many things, how to be more forgiving, how not to, which I believe should be a lifestyle. It shouldn't be a month, it should be a year. But everyone can start from somewhere. So these beautiful habits that we practice for 30 days, please keep on having them if you really want to correct your life, your insights, your body. If you really want to do that, then hold on to these habits even after Ramadan ends and see how your life will become. I promise you.
Yes, inshallah. And I'm sure our dear viewers are up for the challenge of fasting during this holy blessed month. So, dear viewers, we shall take a short report and we shall be back to ask Hanouf more questions. So stay tuned. Welcome back, dear viewers, and this evening we're still joined by Hanouf Mohammed, a special life coach here in our beautiful state of Kuwait. It's such a pleasure to be talking to you, Hanouf.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
You're most welcome. And actually, we are happy to have you here on our show to explain to us and our dear viewers more about life coaching. And as you know, they say outside, it's a luxury to seek a life coach.
It's like getting a personal designer. It's like getting a makeup artist. It's like getting a personal trainer, someone with higher skill levels and skill sets to help you reach your goal. I just want to implement it doesn't mean you could be mentally ill or pressured, but it does not at all mean that. It's a way of life and it's a way to motivate. You can call me a motivator, you can call me a mentor. It's a person to help you reach your goals in the best and possible ways ever and discover your own potential.
Definitely, and really it's such a pleasure to have such a life coach like you, Hanouf.
Oh, thank you.
I really feel the benefits, and I'm sure our dear viewers are enjoying this interview. So we'd like to know more from you, Hanouf. How does somebody shift, for example, from negativity to a positive point of view?
A mindset is not really easy to break. It's a decision and it's a constant repeated behavior. So if you want to create a new mindset and mentality, you are going to have to focus on your neuroplasticity, your ability to create a new thought, a new way of thinking. That requires practice, and that requires somatic exercises, that requires training, and that requires supervision. Because we operate on autopilot mode. I assure you, you have the same routine, 90% of it the same day, every single day, and it could go on for years. And whatever changes you think you're implementing, they won't go more than 10 to 15%. And they would still be within the same paradigm, way of thinking. So to make an actual change in your life, you need to be very self-aware what you're doing. Because 90% of us are programmed into being on autopilot. We wear the same style, choose the same colors, wear the same things, go to the same places for time and time and time again, till it becomes a mindset. And once it becomes a mindset, that requires a bit of practice to break. That's why we also get attached, because we don't have what you call it, like more of leniency. We're very attached to our routines, to our places, to our jobs, to our relationships, which is really bad. You need to be more like a willow, so you could bend with the wind and changes of life. Not like a oak, because a tough gust of wind could actually break you. That's what people are in detachment, getting treated because they can't get over a relationship, losing a job, losing a loved one, because there is no leniency, there is no, what we call it, capability to adjust. They're very firm on their routines and their program that it should be this way.
So Hanouf, we want to ask you more about a person or a human. How can they balance their spirit with their thoughts and also their hearts?
Alignment. Once you're aligned, and Ramadan teaches us every year, it comes with what really matters. You stop everything that you're doing and focus on being aligned with your Lord and yourself and your body. So that comes from restraint, and stop giving so much of attention to things that are from the world, whether they're physical, mental, they're not as important, and it helps. That's why you feel so comfortable. But sadly, humans are addicted to things that they do, even if it's bad. Change scares them. That's why, as much as Ramadan is the most beautiful time of the year, it is not received with so much of enthusiasm as it should be. People are moaning and groaning of not having their morning coffee, not being able to do their routine, which is so irrelevant. That's why I say prepare yourselves that you actually wait for Ramadan to come. Why should you just do the rituals of Ramadan in Ramadan? They're actually to be done all year long, whether it's fasting, praying, Qiyam al-Layl, it should be done all year long. But you just train yourself to be so focused on materialistic things that when the holy month comes, you're very attached to your routine, and everyone is driving with frustration and angry, and everyone wants their food or their breakfast. They're so attached to breakfast. How are they going to deal with matters like death, change, bigger things, which may happen? This is life. If you can't detach from your cigarette or coffee, I worry about what you're going to do when bigger things happen in your life. That shows your brain capacity and capability.
Yes, definitely. This holy, blessed month of Ramadan is a
100%.
good cycle month for a human being.
It's like your brain's dumbbell. If you can't lift a kg, how are you going to do a deadlift? Because this is life. It comes with packages. Yes. You need to. It's given to you from God to train you yourself for a bit of strength, mental, spiritual, and emotional. Detach from everything and be with yourself and with your God.
All right, inshallah. And I hope, dear viewers, you are learning from Coach Hanouf all kinds of good things. So Hanouf, we want to ask you more about the practical techniques somebody can take during low energy levels.
First of all, staying hydrated is so important. Do not ever take that word of advice and be dismissive of it. Really drink plenty of water. Second of all, it's a mindset. If you are going to focus on hunger and your desires of that cigarette or that chocolate bar, you are just going to exhaust yourself and make it hard, because whatever you repeat manifests. Okay. So just think of better things. Receive the month with happiness and actual anticipation, so that you make it easier on yourself. And just take it as a challenge. Just write little goals. What are you going to do? Don't focus on going out and what you're going to wear. That's not what the month is all about. It's much more deeper. Please let Ramadan be what it is about. Alignment, self-awareness, holiness. Let's not be again dragged into materialistic things.
Wow, mashallah, coach. I'm
Yes.
sure you're on the side are your poets because mashallah you're rhyming everything you say.
Thank you. It comes from reading a lot and taking advantage of my time.
All right, that's really great. And
Yes.
I'm sure us and our dear viewers would love to know more about self-control
Oh,
and how
yes.
can somebody really apply it even after Ramadan.
Discipline is a must. That's what monks in Tibet do. They're all about discipline. They challenge themselves, challenge their bodies, put themselves under extreme situations to learn how to discipline themselves.
All right, and coach, what about the intention, or as in Arabic we call it niyyah?
100%. What you have to set an intention so that it aligns, and you have to repeat it. You wait, and you have to just do it and believe it. Plus, it's going to be easy, inshallah. You have everyone supporting you, everyone doing the same thing. So this will help you actually manifest your goal easier. All you have to do is detach from what you think you're addicted to, because you're not. Your soul is way more deeper than getting attached to a coffee or a cigarette or food. It's way more deeper than that. You just need to discover. Don't be afraid to let go of the materialistic things.
Yes, definitely, coach. And since we are in the holy blessed month of Ramadan, and you know some people like to read the Quran, and as you know, while fasting, you have more focus while reading. How does this add value to the soul?
So much more than you can imagine. You stop the noise at the back of your head, the news, the music, the irrelevant words and repetition, and you put words of the Lord and wisdom in your mind. Not only do you connect with it, not only do you realize what is really important in life, it gives you strength and resilience to face the unfaceable, because there is so much more to life than what we think is possible.
All right. And what about the common mistakes usually a person does, especially during this blessed month?
Mistakes are common, and Allah is most forgiven. You can do them as long as they're not intentional. You can make them when it's an habit, something that happens subconsciously, because your subconscious mind is so programmed, you will unintentionally repeat things that you're not supposed to. God is most forgiven. This is a month of forgiveness. This is a month of giving. This is a month of love. Don't focus on your mistakes. Focus on how merciful God is on that month. You're not supposed to be perfect. You're just supposed to come with the intention of being a better person. That is more than enough.
Yes, mashallah. And I'm sure from actually reading the Quran, you will, or we will all learn that God Almighty is the most merciful, most gracious.
100%.
And so what about, Hanouf, we want to ask you more about the behavioral part of a person. And during this progression that he is creating a plan before approaching Ramadan.
Let's not make it about what people would see, and let's make it it's for God. It's to reignite my faith that I am being seen, but what I cannot see by the Lord. That creates a sense of conscience. You start to be more conscious, because we're so in tune with, may he not see, may she not see, I don't want to be seen, rather than, even if you are alone in a closed room, you are by far most seen by the most important deity in the universe. It's God. So when we have that level of consciousness, it's a game changer. You start to have more higher self of integrity and self-value, because if all you care about is not to be seen by others, you're such on the wrong page. That's not important. Yes, we respect each other, we consider each other's feelings, but that's not the real deal. It's more deeper than that. So
Yes.
that is what I advise my dear viewers to take into consideration.
Definitely. Very beautiful advice from you. And Coach Hanouf, would love to really hear from you a last message to our dear viewers watching you today.
This is a time of change. It's a time of alignment. It's a time to leave every single petty thing you're worried about, that job, that marriage, that whatever is going on, you just leave it aside, and you have a full, beautiful, blessed month with you and your Lord, and watch how everything changes for the best.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Coach Hanouf, for
My
joining
pleasure.
us and really giving us some really beautiful insights for us and our dear viewers. I really benefited a lot from
Thank you so much.
You're most
It was my
welcome.
pleasure to be here.
You're most welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here on Hala Kuwait.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. So therefore, dear viewers, let's all thank the coming of Hanouf, Mohammed, a life coach here in our beautiful state of Kuwait. And after this, dear viewers, we shall take a look at this report, so stay tuned.